Welcome back to the Filthy Black Table. Today I'm here to talk about something that I've wanted to kind of talk about and share for a while, but I wanted to wait until I had some more time on with the items and the system, so my more hands-on with the system. Similar to when I talked about the Atari VCS, I got this around the same time, maybe like 3 or 4 months before I got the VCS. I started collecting this stuff. Of course, I'm talking about the Evercade. If you don't know what the Evercade is, it's this. This is the Evercade. It is a handheld console. It came out, I think, in like 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. Maybe 21. I don't even know when this came out. But it's a retro handheld that takes cartridges. What does it take? What kind of cartridges? Well, they come in boxes like this. This is the Atari one. This is the very first cartridge. And when I first saw that these were a thing, I remember seeing YouTubers talking about it when it first came out. And I thought it was a novel idea, but I thought it was... I wanted to see if they were going to stick with it. I thought maybe this would just come and go as like a fad. But I think Evercade's been going for a couple of years now, successfully, maybe 2 or 3 years. I'm just still unsure. I didn't do any research for this, but I got the original unit here. Came with 3 of these cartridges, and I was blown away by the idea. I guess the idea is to still have some sort of retro physical game thing, like game collections and stuff, still in the modern age when things are usually mostly digital. The idea is that you pay for these collections, and they're $20 a collection when they release. Now, buying them aftermarket is going to be a little higher for some of them now, but they come with a bunch of different retro games. Like this one has a bunch of Atari games on it. They come on a cartridge, and they come with a manual. And sometimes they have extra goodies. I'll show some of that, because we're going to go through all the ones that I have. But I thought it was cool. You just take the cartridge out, pop it in, and bam, I got 20 Atari games ready to play right there. And, whoop, take it out. Now, I can't turn this unit on because it's not charged, because I haven't used this unit in, like a year, almost. Why have I not used this unit in a year? That's because I got the, oh, it goes this way. That's because I got the upgraded unit, which is sitting right over here. The EXP. This is the Evercade EXP. I think it looks a lot nicer than the original. This looks kind of plasticky. It is, like, I do like the buttons and the feel on this. The buttons kind of remind me of a Genesis pad. It's got some nice big chunky buttons. The shoulder buttons are weird though. They're kind of clicky. But I do like the feel of it, but this just feels more like more of a premium product. And I was really excited for this. They also have a home console version called the Evercade VS, which I don't have, and I might get one down the road, but really the handheld appealed to me more than playing these on a TV, but it is something I may get later on. So what's interesting about the Evercade EXP, and I will turn this on, because I actually do play this one, it should be fully charged, is that this was a very simple device. This feels a lot more complicated to me. It actually has Wi-Fi. This, to like do a firmware update, you would have to hook it up to a computer or something. I don't remember. But this actually has Wi-Fi for firmware updates. They give out games, free games and stuff monthly. I have no cartridge inserted, but as you can see, I have a menu here. So this is for the cartridge. Down here, I have different collections. This actually came with a Capcom collection, so it comes with some built-in Capcom games. Pretty good stuff. You know, play some Mega Man X and stuff. It's got some good Capcom games. What is it? 18 Capcom games built in. Each month, they do a game of the month where they let you play one of their games from an upcoming collection, and then they even have hidden games that they hand out. Recently, I think I've added 2 of these. I play Rogue 64, which is an indie Commodore 64 game. I play that game all the damn time. It's so much fun. Tons of settings, and of course the console gets updates all the time. Pretty cool. You'll probably wonder what this is. This is because, and let me grab a collection that actually does it. Let's see here. Perfect. The Toa Pan Collection 1. I'll use this one. It has some extra buttons right here that this one didn't have because they started releasing a bunch of arcade games. Oh, look, it says cartridge update available. I'll do that later. So let me find one that would use it. Perfect. Truxton. Classic Truxton. So, if you're playing an arcade shooter on this thing, if you're playing it holding it this way, the screen's going to automatically center like this, but you have a button right here, you push it, bam, and then you hold it this way, and it's the correct aspect ratio. And you can actually play spaceship shooters and stuff in the correct aspect ratio, which is pretty frickin' cool. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna play Truxton, but you get it. It's neat. It is kind of awkward to hold it this way, but it is cool. So I'll give that a pass. Cool feature. Yeah, I was really excited for this, and I really do like the EXP a whole lot. Way more than the original. So if you're interested in getting one of these, definitely go for the EXP. But the original is still pretty cheap, and you could probably find one for, I don't even, dirt cheap, you know? So, yeah, those are the handheld units. Very neat, very simple. I'm going to put these off to the side over here, and we're going to talk about the collections. I don't have all of them. There's actually been a lot released recently that I have not picked up, that I plan on picking up relatively soon. Some of the big ones that I really want to get are, they did 2 Duke Nukem collections. They did a collection with some Delphine computer games like Flashback and Another World. And they did a Sunsoft collection. Those I haven't picked up yet, but I want to. But I have a good number of the collections. I like collecting these. So, you know what? I'll go in order and we'll just kind of talk about them. I've already showed off the Atari 1 collection, which has some 2600 games and some 7800 games. It's got some classics, you know, if you're wanting to play Centipede and stuff like that, Food Fight and games like that. It's on here. It's pretty basic, but it's fun to have these on the go. Next was this is cartridge number 2. No, sorry, 3. So I'm already missing one. I think cartridge 2 was a Namco one. I don't have the Namco ones. This is Data East 1. And it's got some cool games. It's got Bad Dudes, Burger Time, fucking Magical Drop 3. That's a good puzzle game. Again, cartridge and a full color manual, which the manual, you know, talks about each game. There's Burger Time. I'm trying to blast through these. Interplay 1, which has like Earthworm Jim, Clay Fighters, Booger Man, yeah, Booger Man, and some other games. And same thing, the manual. So early on, these collections were pretty basic. Still cool, but pretty basic. Atari 2, but same thing, a bunch of Atari 2600 and 7800 games, and a color manual. Oh, thanks, Amazon. Look. Interplay 2 with this annoying ass sticker stuck on. I can't get that sticker off without ruining the case. It's got Earthworm Jim 2, Clay Fighters 2, the Prehistoric Man, and some other games. Same thing, full color manual. You know, it's nice. This is where it gets interesting here. This is Pico Collection 1. Pico Interactive is a studio that buys abandoned games, games that maybe weren't localized or I don't know, you know, stuff like that, and puts them out. So this has a lot of games, a lot of cool games. It has a few RPGs, surprisingly, that were released on like Genesis and stuff. Some pretty cool stuff on this one. And I was surprised by Pico 2. Sorry, Pico 1. There is a Pico 2. We'll talk about that. Pico 1. And if I open some of these cases and the cartridge isn't in here, that's because for my EXP I have this case where I have some of the cartridges like here and up here. You know, along with a charger. That way, I keep the ones that I'm currently playing in here. That way, I can, you know, travel with it, you know, wherever I'm going. So, yeah, Pico 1 is pretty cool. Atari Lynx 1. Cool to have Lynx games get their own set of collections. This has quite a few. How many is on this one? 17 games. 17 Atari Lynx games. So this is really fun to discover some Atari Lynx titles that I haven't played before. Of course, you got Scrapyard Dog. You gotta have Scrapyard Dog. Same thing, Link's collection. Yep, you get it. You get it by now. I'll still show the inside of the box, but you get it. Another Link's collection. This one has like a bunch of games by the company Epix, including California Games, a classic. Is that Todd and Slime World? Todd, how'd you get in Slime World? Chips Challenge. Some good games on this one. Collection, yep, manual. This one is Pico 2. Same idea as the first one, but this one has a lot of sports games and driving games. I wasn't as big a fan of this collection, but I still wanted to check it out. It's got Soccer Kid. That's a cool enough game. Same thing. Oh no, this one came with stickers. Look at the stickers I haven't used. I can put Soccer Kid on something. Hell yeah. We'll start seeing some little extra add-ins as we go along. And this is probably one of my favorite lines here. And there's some other ones that I haven't gotten, but they do indie games. And this is Indie Heroes Collection 1, which I talked about one of these games in a Button Mappers episode. I talked about Quest Arrest. There it is, Quest Arrest. I talked about it in, I think it was the last Pokerary 4 I did for the Game Talk, because it kind of reminded me of Pokemon. I love the fact that this has a bunch of indie games on it. I think there's also a sticker thing in here. Yeah, I have a sticker sheet in here as well, of a bunch of the characters from the games. But yeah, very cool. So, and there are some other indie studios that do some. I think Mega Cat has some collections, and then they have dual collections, which I have one of those too, with some indie games. So I like supporting the indie releases a lot. Codemasters, the Codemaster collection, a bunch of cool NES games. Bunch of NES games I haven't played before. Kind of fun to get to play these for the first time. I think it's mainly NES stuff from what I remember. But hold on, let me oh yeah, there it is. CJ's Elephant Antics. There it is. Big Nose freaks out. Big Nose, why you freaking, dude? You okay? Some cool games on that one. And I gotta make some room for these boxes. I don't know where I'm gonna put these. I'm trying not to get them out of order, because these are going back on my shelf in the same order. So just like the Atari ones, we now have Intellivision, which is very cool. I hope they do ColecoVision sometime, because we've had Atari and Intellivision. A bunch of Intellivision games, very simple, 70s style games. These are cool. No, it isn't this one. It's the next one. This is just the manual. But these are cool to have in some format, because they don't release Intellivision stuff as much. The next one's one of my favorites. This is the Renovation Collection, which is actually in my case. It's a bunch of Genesis games by Renovation and Wolf Team. Some good stuff. The Valis 1 and 3, Gyari's, I think it's what's called, Dino Land, Final Zone. There's some really cool stuff on this collection. Exile, some really cool stuff on this collection. So this is one that I go back to play to a lot. I talked about this one on the first episode of Hey Geeks and Gamers, Gremlin Collection, or Zool. There he is. This one's kind of a garbage one, but I like it because it has Zool and some other games. This one is the first one that I noticed had a PS1 game on there with Hardcore 4x4. Playing 3D games on this thing is kind of weird, but it does work. And again, full color manual. It's Gremlin. This is the one I wanted to talk about. Intellivision Collection 2. A bunch of Intellivision games. I think more than the first one, but it actually has a little overlay thing for some of the games, because back on the Intellivision, some of the games actually that were more complicated actually used like controller overlays. So this kind of helps you replicate that experience in a way you can reference these while you're playing the game. It's pretty cool. I love these tiny little inclusions. Very neat. And next up, we have the first of the dual indie cartridges I was talking about. And there are other ones that I haven't gotten yet, but I do want to. This is Alwa's Awakening and Cathedral. So unlike the other collections, this only has 2 games, but they're pretty fleshed out indie titles. And it's cool to have these on some sort of a collection. And we're back. My SD card was running out of space. Anyway, next we have Indie Heroes 2. which is the last of the indie... No, actually, it's not the last of the Indie Heroes, but there is an Indie Heroes 3 coming out soon that I really want. This one's also in my Evercade. They changed the box design by this point. You can tell this is like one of the newer ones compared to like this one, you know? Also some really cool indie games on this one. So, just like the first one, I really enjoyed it. Pico Collection 3. Has a PS1 game, has 40 Winks on it. Again, also in my thing, because I've been playing it a lot. Why has it got a crusty-ass manual on this one? What the hell? But yeah, cool PS1 3D platformer included in this one, and a bunch of other cool games. So, again, nice to have that. And this is the last of the red boxes, and I'll explain what the other boxes are. But this is Sydney Hunter, and also an indie collection. Has 4 games by the... I don't know what the developer is. Does it say on here? So I don't get it wrong. I'm sure it does. It's in Tiny Collector Vision Games. They make the Sydney Hunter indie series. And I think this one came with a poster in here. Hold on. Yeah, it did. So it's got the manual, and it's also got... oh man, I don't want to unfold this. I guess I will. It's got a poster included. I won't unfold it all the... No, you know, I'll just fucking fold it back. It's fine. God damn it, man. Yeah, for the Sydney Hunter and the Caverns of Death. It's got a poster for that in there. And also a map on the back of the game. Very cool, very cool. I like playing this one quite a bit. I've still been playing it. Oh my god, I dropped the manual on the floor! On the floor! There we go. So yeah, this is the last of the red... boxes. Now the red boxes with the Evercade, these are home console releases. Every game that I've talked about on these red boxes so far have been released for home consoles. So they started doing some other types of releases. I showed the Toa Plan one because it was purple for that one. Because they started doing arcade games. I only have a handful of these. So I have Jellico. I have the arcade collection for this one, which has some cool stuff. EDF! EDF! It's got some really cool games on this collection. I've really liked... St. Dragon's a cool game. Rodland's a cool game. Side Battler. Avenging Spirit. There's some really neat stuff in this collection. It's cool arcade games. Oh, hold on. I didn't open the box. Oh, hold on. I have some with this one. What is this? Oh, they're like marquees. Oh, I forgot I had these in here. These are cool. Also, you know, a manual. Full color manual. You know how it goes. By this point. You should know how it goes. Another Data East collection, but this one's for the arcade, because it's purple. It's also got Burger Time. It's got some other cool games on here. Yeah, Gates of Doom is on this one. Trying to read. The font's so small. Bad Dudes, the arcade version of Bad Dudes is on this one. So, also a cool arcade collection. This one came with my EXP, and I was really happy because it was the IRIM collection. This game has I think 6, yeah, R-Type and Moon Patrol, Battle Chopper, Lightning Swords, 10-Yard Fight, but the big one for me was In the Hunt, which is a really cool game that has the art style of like Metal Slug. So, yeah, very cool collection. I showed this. This is the Toa Plan 1 collection, which the box doesn't want to close all the way for some reason. This one's cool because, well, it has a poster. I think it's just a poster for, like, the... Oh, no, it does have a poster for a game. What is it? Oh, it's just a Toa Plan poster. Then it's got some of the collections on the back. But I believe in this manual there's developer interviews and stuff as well. I remember, yeah, up here it is. You can actually have like a bit of a history for Toa Plan and stuff, which is really cool. I remember when this collection was announced, it was a pretty big deal to get some Toa Plan games on Evercade. So I've really enjoyed this collection, and I also really enjoyed Toa Plan 2. Another great collection with some great arcade shooters and other oddities. And same thing going on here. This is in my case. So those are all the arcade Evercades that I have. But there's a third line that they just started doing that I've absolutely loved. And they, oh my god, the boxes are falling all over the place over here. And they are these. they have computer games too. This is the first C64 collection. So yeah, they have a home computer line, and I have 4 of these so far. They haven't done many. I think there's only 2. There's only one that I don't own yet, and then there's one more coming out. So this is the Commodore 64. They can't actually put Commodore, so it's the C64 collection. It's got some really cool old C64 games. My first time playing a lot of these, and it's got a bunch of the. I think these are for codes or something. I'm not as familiar with the Commodore games, but yeah, it's got like a little decipher thing. And of course a manual. But I've enjoyed experiencing some of the Commodore games on this thing. Also with this next one, the C64 Collection 2, same thing. This one's actually in my case because I've been playing it. It's just cool to go back and experience a home computer that I'm probably never going to get to experience. And this is the Team 17 collection, which is all Amiga games. A bunch of games, including the Alien Breed series and a bunch of other stuff. Very cool collection for this one, too. This one's also in my case. Oh look, if you got attention, I have to, like... I guess if you're using the old one, you have to update it for this. But, yeah, so the Delphine collection has some more Amiga games, and then they're coming out with a C64 Collection 2. But the last one that I have, and this one just came today, like... The day of recording, this showed up at my front door because I ordered it. This is the Home Computer Heroes collection. It's a bunch of old computer games, but they're newer, like indie releases for old computer. So very cool. I haven't played much of this one yet, but it's got like a mix. Like there's like that's a C64 version of Farming Simulator. There's some Amiga games in here. There's even a MSX game in here, I believe. And they're all indie games, so this kind of goes with the Indie Heroes line, but it's Home Computer Heroes. This one was cool because I was opening this today, and I haven't started. I did pop it in to play a little bit, but I'm gonna put it in my case here in a bit. But I was, looking at the regular little inclusions. Of course, you got a full color manual, very nice. It also has this, which is a mini comic book for one of the games for the Sword of Lana, and I was blown away that this was even included. It was so cool. I was like, holy shit. I haven't started playing that game yet, but it looks cool, and I'm happy that I have like a little comic to go with it. And also this, because it has a Commodore 64 demake of Farming Simulator. They gave me a damn Steam key, and I've already redeemed it, so you can see those numbers and letters all you want. You can't do anything about it. So yeah, I got a free Steam copy of Farming Simulator 17 today because I bought this. I didn't know this was gonna come in there. It was a little surprise, kind of cool. I don't know if I'll play it that much, but hey, thanks for the free Steam game, right? So yeah, those are all of the Evercade cartridges that I have so far, quite a good number of them. And that's why I wanted to pick this up, because they just keep supporting it. And I stopped, like, I'll go off and on where I start buying some of them and play, and then I'll maybe get sidetracked and I won't buy them as they release. And when I stop buying them as they release, they start releasing a lot more of them. So there's a ton of them out right now that I want, that I just haven't gotten around to getting. And there's some older ones that I might pick up later on. But let me know what you think of the Evercade, if you're interested in the idea of the Evercade, if it appeals to you at all, if you want to play Evercade, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, where is he at? Don't forget, if you get an Evercade, you can play Zool.